Thank you everyone for gracing this occasion and for coming here. This is a very exciting era to make money actually using AI. But in these times, you might be wondering why did I write this book on dharma and AI, combining two different aspects of life. But before I explain to you why I wrote this book, I am no techie expert. I don't know anything about AI. I don't know the technical part of AI. I don't know coding. I am a storyteller. I'm a healer. I'm a speaker. So, from that perspective, I have written this book, AI Driven Leadership Leading with Dharma in the Age of AI. Everywhere I was looking, leaders were scaling their business with the help of AI now, in the last 2 3 years. And I feel everybody is just riding the wave without listening to their conscience. So I thought there is a need to explain how we can scale this up without losing the ground, without falling into a valley while the peaks are calling us. So when I was thinking about this, three words came to my mind: adapt with awareness, amplify with ethics, and accelerate with soul. But before I explain, oh, should I look at there? Okay. I want to read three quotes from this book. They are my favorite quotes and they form the crux of this entire book. The first quote is: AI can automate, but dharma can only awaken. So when I started posting these on social media, some of the interesting people and curious people ask me, what is the meaning of AI can automate, but dharma can only awaken? What is the meaning of that? So I thought I would explain today with five examples. Even a common man can understand what is the meaning of AI can automate, but only dharma can awaken. The first example is AI can schedule meetings. It can scan calendars, send reminders, and block slots. But whether to call him or not while he is in a meeting is dharma. That's the difference. When I say AI can automate, whereas dharma can awaken. Because automation handles tasks, dharma understands timing. That is the example number one. Example number two is AI can write a speech in 20 seconds, but only dharma knows when to stay silent. So ChatGPT, if you all know that we can write easily 1000 words in 1 second. So it means that AI automation can speak, but dharma teaches us when to remain silent. Third example: AI can filter resumes based on keywords, but dharma sees the woman who paused her career to raise two children and says, she's not a gap, she's a warrior. Automation selects, but dharma sees. My fourth example is AI can recommend products, but only dharma tells you who can afford them. AI says people who bought this also bought that. But dharma says don't upsell to this man because he already put all his savings in buying the school bag for her daughter. So automation sells, dharma serves. AI can drive a car, we know that now. But only dharma stops when an old man is crossing slowly on the road. Because AI follows rules, dharma follows life. So AI can automate decisions, but only dharma awakens the one decision that defines who you are. My second quote: speed is power, stillness is precision. Dharma is when to know what to use, which means you should be precise and also you should have the speed. If you sacrifice precision for speed, it will be a failure. If you sacrifice speed for precision, then competition will kill you. So, why is dharma required here? Dharma tells you when to use speed and when to use precision. For example, a doctor, a surgeon, when he is operating, he wants to cut fast to save time, to save blood. Okay? But before cutting, that pause he takes to make the incision is what is dharma, whether he should make it at the heart center or at the liver. That's one example for code 2. The second code 2 is, a second example of code 2 is a mother rushing her child to the hospital. She might drive the car extremely fast to take the baby to the hospital. That is speed. But when the doctor asks what are the symptoms, she will make a pause and she'll be precise in explaining what the symptoms are. So, speed is required when it is required, precision is required when it is required. Third example is a cricketer running between wickets. He can take first single very fast, that is speed. But whether he should risk the second single or not is where the dharma comes into picture. Okay? That is speed and precision. So you can use this in every example that you can think of. Fourth example is about speed and precision. A job offers that pays more, but something feels wrong. The offer looks great and fast, says the world. But you pause for a day, talk to your inner self, and decline it because you don't want to lose your sleep doing night shifts. The fifth one, a fighter pilot pulling the trigger. She might fly a supersonic speed jet, but wants that 1 second before she punches that button to ensure that no civilian is hurt. That is precision. So, speed is required, precision is also required. So, the world teaches you to move fast, dharma teaches you when to wait. The third quote is the final quote. Technology without sensitivity is noise, dharma makes it music. The example for this is, sorry, I am not AI to remember all the examples. I am a human. Google Maps tell you the fastest route, but dharma tells you that there is a funeral going on, so pay some respect, show some respect and drive slow. Second example, a robo nurse can give you medicines, but doesn't see the baby is crying. So dharma says, sit for 1 minute, hold the baby's hand, they're scared, she's crying, comfort it, and then give medicine. That is what is technology has to be sensitive. Third one is, an AI resume filters and rejects a widow returning to work after 10 years. The system sees a gap and rejects her resume. Dharma sees a survivor, a fighter, a mother rebuilding her life. Technology saw the break, whereas dharma saw the bravery, how she survived. Now, fourth example is a school uses face recognition for attendance, but a child comes crying. The system marks her present, but dharma notices her tears and asks, are you okay? Not are you present. The fifth one is a smartwatch alerts you to drink water. That's AI. But how lonely you are while drinking the water, only dharma can tell. So these 15 examples sum up my whole book. I have presented it in a different way, but to make you understand, to make the reader understand, to make the viewer understand, whoever is watching, to know that I am not against AI. because AI is just a mirror. Whoever you are, it reflects you. Uh, Let me explain why I wrote this book. I have four stories. As I said, I'm not a techie. I don't know AI. Then why did I write this book? I used to do photography. I am doing photography, of course, but I used to do a lot of photography a couple of months back, which means I used to travel a lot. And I used Digiyatra for that. All of you know about Digiyatra. Every location I have a smooth entry except for Delhi and Mumbai. Because whenever I enter outside the airport, Delhi and Mumbai, it cannot recognize my face. Very strange, because every other airport can recognize my face. It's the same technology. Okay. When I experienced that I'm not allowed into the airport through Digiyatra because the AI cannot recognize my face, it is not my fault. But we are so dependent on AI, I thought it's time to write or to do something about this hiccup that is there in Digiyatra. That is my first example. But then still I was not ready. It was just brewing in my mind as to how I have to pan the chapters and what I can write and what I cannot write. Then when I was coming back from, I think, Bharatpur, so I had to go to Delhi. From Delhi, I have to come back to Hyderabad. And Delhi, I entered the airport, I got clearance, security clearance done, and I was about to enter the aircraft where the airlines person scans your Digiyatra, and it was not scanning. So I had to stand there for almost for 25 minutes because the line was too long. Just because the AI could not scan. It was scanning rest of the people. If there was some problem with my ticket, then I should not have entered the airport in the first place. So then I silently watched, and that is when the idea started cementing in my mind what to write in this book. Then my third and turning point story came when a major job platform where I have posted about my first book, and all my friends, family, students started sharing left, right, center on that social media platform. And the algorithm that was controlling that platform thought I was spamming, and it deleted my account. That is when I decided. Of course, I wrote to them saying that this is I'm a human, and my friends and family are sharing this, so you can release it. So they expressed their inability and said that we cannot do anything because it's in the hands of AI. So I said, AI technology is still in its basic infancy, and already we are facing all the problems. That is when I decided I have to do something about it, and I will write a book about it. And the fourth nail in the coffin came when I was about to do college talks. And one college played with me saying that, can you talk about AI? Can you talk about machine learning? So I spent 3 weeks learning everything about machines and artificial intelligence. And then I went back to that college to give the talk. The coordinator or the controller said, no, we are not interested because we are only just fooling around. Okay? So that is when I decided AI is just a mirror. Just like a kid, if in the hands of a kid, if you give a knife, what will the kid do? That is exactly what humans will do with AI. AI is super powerful, okay, super intelligent, but it only is as intelligent as the user is. Because if you don't know how to use the knife, you know only to cut vegetables, then you will use the knife only to cut the vegetables. That is when I went back and saw neuroscience. Neuroscience states that if you don't learn anything new, then your brain becomes dead and you cannot think properly. So the more and more you use AI for everything, you are thinking less and less, which means there are no neural pathways in your brain, there are no fresh neurons in your brain, and then it leads to you becoming dumb and depending on AI forever. So when I realized all this, that is when I decided to write this book. Now the question comes, why dharma? Why India and why now? Because if you notice, while the Western countries are still figuring out what yoga is, India has already lived 5,000 years of yogic tradition. So we are so far advanced. Everybody is thinking, what is the future of AI for India? My question is, AI future depends upon India because we have such huge, large, deep, vast tradition, and our ancients have already been super powerful and super intuitive compared to today's AI. So long before systems can run on algorithms, we had our inner compasses called Sankalpa, Swadhyaya, Sama, and Samman. That is what I have explained here in the form of Panchashil principles. Panchashil principles means Sama means equanimity, Seva means service, Samman means interconnectedness, not only with the employees of your organization, but your family and society and the world at large. Sankalpa is intention. What intention do you have when you're creating an app, when you're writing code? So, in this modern world, code creates karma because whatever code you write, it has consequences. If the consequence is greed, then that is karma. If the consequence is addiction, then that is karma. Whereas in ancient times, action used to be the cause of karma. Karam kar phal ki asha mat kar. We've been learning this right from childhood. Whereas now, code करने से पहले सोच के करना, because your code can create consequences for children, for teenagers, for youngsters, for women. So be careful of the code. That is the new karma. And my final words is why mothers are launching this book. I could have easily called any celebrity if I wanted. But then that would not serve the purpose. That would not help us to bring our tradition because too much of AI is killing our own tradition. So I thought, who best represents other than the mothers? So when I felt that the AI is threatening to erase humanity, a mother quietly reminds us what it means to be human. Because she is the first human you and I know, isn't it? So, dharma is not a concept, it's a lived ethic, and no one lives it more instinctively than a mother. So, my final words is this book is not a manual, this book is a mirror. A mirror for anyone who's asking, how do I stay human when everything around me is becoming machine like? And the answer, I believe, is not in more speed, but in more stillness. Thank you for letting me bring this flame into the world and make light something true inside of you. Thank you so much. ఫస్ట్ బుక్ తెలుగులోకి డ్రాఫ్టింగ్ జరుగుతుంది, అది అయిపోయిన వెంటనే సెకండ్ బుక్ ఈ బుక్లో ఈ సిరీస్లో 3 బుక్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఆ 3 బుక్స్ కూడా తెలుగులో, హిందీలో, కన్నడలో వస్తున్నాయి.
ఏఐ డ్రైవింగ్ లీడర్షిప్ ప్లస్ ధర్మ, ఈ రెండిట్లకి లింక్ ఏంటి సార్? నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు. ధర్మ ఏఐ,
స్వధర్మాన్ని మించిన ధర్మం లేదంటారు.
ఎస్ సార్.
సో స్వధర్మ ఫస్ట్ మనల్ని మనం లీడ్ చేసుకుంటేనే కదా మిగతా వాళ్ళని లీడ్ చేయడం. సో మన స్వధర్మాన్ని మనం ఫాలో చేసినప్పుడు ఆ ఫాలో చేయడం అనేది ఏంటి? లీడ్ చేయడం. సో ఏఐ వరల్డ్లో లీడర్షిప్, అందుకే ఏమని రాసాం కింద, లీడర్షిప్ లీడింగ్ విత్ ధర్మ ఇన్ ది ఏజ్ ఆఫ్ ఏఐ. అంటే మన చుట్టూ మెషిన్సే ఉన్నప్పుడు మనము ఒక మెషిన్ కాకుండా మనం ఒక హ్యూమన్గా ఎలా ఉండిపోవాలంటే మనల్ని మనం లీడ్ చేసుకోవాలి. అందుకే ఏఐ డ్రివెన్ లీడర్షిప్ లీడింగ్ విత్ ధర్మ ఇన్ ద ఏజ్ ఆఫ్ ఏఐ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.